So battery died. I made a quick swap. So I think we'll leave them be for now. Now let's see. Yeah, here. Okay. So we're straight at it. Okay. The moose was a very welcome bonus, but what I was really after was something I found out here a month ago. I marked it on my map. And I wanted to share it with you and go back and properly film it. So I think it's up there. I mean, if we're lucky, after we've been there, we can circle around and go for more moose. In general, if you want to film like animals like moose, lynx, wolves, those kind of animals. Wolves you can just get lucky because they're a bit unpredictable, but animals that are more on the shy side, if you want to film those, I would say that the first trick is to be alone. Because as I've mentioned, I'm talking in a really low voice, and still right now talking I'm making a lot more noise than I normally do. But yeah, be alone, go off trail. If you see people, you can actually use that to your advantage, because the animals move away from them usually. So if you do the same, you will probably find animals. Yeah, you can. I mentioned that earlier, but when moose move around, it sounds kind of, there it is, like a person moving around. I really hope I got that bull filmed well, because yeah, I was pretty close to him. I've been closer, but this time the camera was rolling, and yeah, I'd be very happy about that. So yeah, you can see those stones there. This place, it was kind of sad to see it had been a bit vandalized. We're pretty far in the national park, and this was marked as some Bronze Age dwelling. So you can see, but when I talk about being vandalized, I guess someone figured they could take stones from there and, make a fireplace, which is kind of sad. Yeah, let's have a look. So yeah, they built some kind of stone dwelling here. And this, I mean, it might not look Bronze Agey, but we have in this area of Sweden, and I think almost the whole of Sweden, we have these things called fornborgar. Forn should be old in English. That not old, but AULD, old. It's, you know, Fornsök is far, far away, you know, from you in temporal distance. And I can show you some fornborgar. They're basically round stone walls, and they are very, very old, so like fortifications. I'm guessing during the Bronze Age in Scandinavia, seeing a stranger in your area was not always a good thing. So they had these fortifications where they could gather and fight off invaders, I assume, or wait them out or something. I don't know if I see something or not. No, but yeah, we'll stick to the plan and circle back a bit. Just enjoy this beautiful nature. And maybe, just maybe, we'll catch a glimpse of the moose again. Or something else. What I'm looking for is just a shade almost. They are a bit, but the female was actually very more brown, not dark brown like they usually are. So yeah, I'm looking for movement. Usually I notice the ears flapping about. They have really big ears and they are constantly pestered by flies and things. There's actually a special fly called moose fly. And yeah, even though their bodies is very still, the ears tend to flap around and give you a chance to see them. I have also changed plans a little bit. I had to go to my parents' summer house and pick up my dad and give him a ride back here to Stockholm, because somehow he managed to get both his cards blocked, so he can't gas up the car. So, but that's actually, I'm gonna take a day extra. I've already cleared that, and we are going to Söderåsens nationalpark, which is a vastly different kind of nature than here, and they have a lot of wolves. So we are going to go out on foot and film some wolves, hopefully. That's the dream anyway. And yeah, that is the plan. Yeah, there's a depression in the ground up ahead. You can see here the cobwebs between the trees. That's where the mooses went, but the problem is there is a sort of a depression in the ground, so I don't want to walk right up on them. It's kind of when there's a bull and a female together, that's, I don't know if if that's the same situation as a mother and calves. But anyway, I don't want to disturb them if they're making baby moose. But yeah, I'm actually kind of excited. My dad sort of had his misfortune is my good fortune, because now I have a reason to go there. And yeah, whoa, no, just leaves. A combined, yeah, and it's a great place, great fireplace, great forests. I'm actually happy about that. I'm gonna be able to make some videos of a totally different environment. The summer house is actually in Kattegat also. Oh, I forgot to say that. If you're a fan of that show Vikings, well, you'll get to see part of the real Kattegat. And yeah, Kattegat is not in Norway. There might be small parts of it in Norway, but it's mostly Sweden and Denmark. And I have a great view of that. And my father's side of the family is from Skåneland. So yeah, could be great. Yeah, I'll show you Kattegat, and I'll show you the national park there, and if it's meant to be, I'll show you some wolves. Wolves aren't nearly as hard to find as moose either, since they are curious animals. And in that part they're not hunted either, so that helps. Oh yeah, the second thing, if you want to see animals and really get out, don't bring a dog. That's a controversial thing, but yeah, I have a dog and I walk with him every day as well. But I have had a real close encounter with the moose with him. So, you know, you can do it, but usually a dog is a huge risk, especially if you are in areas where there are predators. And my dog looks like a tiny wolf, so he might even be at risk from moose and those kind of animals, since yeah, they don't like wolf cubs, and he kind of looks just like one. Yeah, we're gonna let the moose be now, but who knows, we might run into them again. But yeah, go out alone or with a friend who is sort of understands the purpose, because you're not going to be able to talk and laugh and, you know, be loud if you want to see animals, like most of the time when I encounter animals like moose or even deer or lynx, foxes, badgers, we kind of just surprise each other. It's even when I'm tracking them, the moment I see them is not the moment where I expected to see them, as you noticed today. So go out alone, be quiet as you can. You're not going to be perfect. A branch snapping isn't necessarily the end of the world, because as I mentioned, this is what it sounds like when moose or boar, especially if they're running, or moving about. So it's not an immediate alert. Of course, in places that are heavy, wow, look at this big guy, bigger than my hand. But yeah, he's mushroom attacked. My mother told me to keep an eye out for porcini, Karl-Johan, and I found quite a few, but they've all been, they've all had their share of worms, so I'm letting them be. But yeah, go out alone or with a buddy who knows that you want to see animals and that you need to be quiet. And leave the dog at home, if that's the purpose, You can absolutely enjoy places like this with your dog, but your dog is a dead giveaway, especially if he's running around making noise. Anything else? Yeah, good shoes. If you need Gore-Tex shoes. I prefer terrain runners. I like to be light. If I had to walk around in proper hiking boots oh yeah, you can see here, this isn't my tracks, these are moose tracks, but I don't know. No, they came this way. Or did they? I think they came this way. I'm not sure. The wind might be fooling me. And I'm of a half mind to say that they went. I can't decide. I have to go down. Yeah, Gore-Tex shoes and extra clothes because the temperature is shifting here. Right now it's sunny. When I went out it was cloudy and 12 degrees Celsius. There's a lot of water. I'm gonna go around. So if it becomes cloudy again, it's gonna go back to 12-11 degrees. I don't know what it is now, but it's hot. I have a t-shirt and a shirt over the t-shirt, and I have a soft shell jacket for rain and wind in the backpack. You don't need to exaggerate it. If you look at the map of the place you're going and then you check the distance to the nearest road or lake in any direction, I mean, have a good idea what you... I use lakes to navigate. If I get lost, I just walk around until I find a trail or a lake or any, body of water. that's what I use to know where I am around here. I know all the lakes, so yeah. And usually here I don't really need to be super strict, because like 75% of this area has cell service, so I'm never, you know, more than 3 kilometers away from cell service. I have a backup charger, so even if my batteries run out, I'm good. And yeah, I mean, if you're in Alaska or the Yukon, where you can have like 200 kilometers to the nearest outpost, dwelling, whatever you want to call it, then yeah, you'd need a totally different setup. And in like, when I do hiking trips, camping, that kind of thing, if I'm going to be out for days, of course that's a different pack as well. But right now, for example, I'm 8-10 hours out. That's what it's gonna amount to when I get home. I don't need to bring as much, really. Whoa. Whoa. So I would guess that's moose tracks. I like to pack light anyway. But I am actually thinking, and this is, a controversial thing, but I'm thinking about getting some ultralight camping chair, 1 kilo, 1.5. Just when I'm out, scoping out the place with the binoculars. It would be pretty great to sit with some back support. I have some places where I found trees with roots that go out, where I can sit really comfortably up on the mountain and look down. But I just feel that if we had a proper camping chair, I could sit down, take notes, write a little. So yeah, probably getting one of those. I'm still kind of a novice with the GoPro, so every time I film something cool, I'm like, oh man, did I get it? Was it actually filming? But so far, it's been perfect. Never let me down yet. And yeah, I was in Brazil. I even tried it underwater, snorkeling, and I haven't really gone diving with it yet, but I could. Not very deep, but I think it's 10-12 meters, so that's totally respectable. I might be wrong, I haven't read the manual in a while. I got my settings the way I wanted them, and Then I put the manual down, but I still have it though. So I'm definitely gonna check that out before I go crazy. Yeah. Today I'm just grateful for the temperature as well. Not sweating, not being cold. It's just right. I mean, really just right. Perfect. Very comfortable. Because even in the summer, when you're in places like this, if you're not gonna just stay on the rocks or the path, you have to have, long pants. Because if there's deer, if there's moose, if there's boar, you're gonna have ticks. It's just unavoidable. So that rules out shorts. Yeah, prime real estate for moose this. This is pretty. This pine here gives great cover, This would probably be a place where I hunkered down and just sat and filmed. Real quiet like. I think you have a good chance of catching something here.